morning, and welcome to From the Coffee Shop podcast. I'm Rick Entrop.
And I'm Scott Clark.
And we are coming to you from Zola's again in Auburn. It is March 2nd, 2014, and here we go.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed yet, Peggy's not here.
Yeah, no Peg.
Yeah.
And I apologize
All right, we'll see you next time, bye.
Yeah, don't let the door hit you, Peg. No. I apologize for my voice. I was sick all week, so, that happened.
You're coming through loud and clear. We can see you on the wave there.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, we're back here at Zola's again, second time around, I think, because we haven't not heard a podcast go by, I think, where Rick hasn't talked about the sandwich that he had the first time here.
Revisit it. They made it a little different. It seemed a lot more flavorful before. Like they put like some sort of butter crust on it.
I have a feeling it may be new management maybe because there's slight differences. Like the piano's missing.
The piano's gone.
Yeah, there was a really cool. What would you call that? Spanish painted, like it had Mexican skull or sugar skulls all over it.
They have that over the door that's got like the Day of the Dead sort of looking skull with flowers and stuff, which is weird. Yeah. Well, I guess flowers and dead is kind of
synonymous, right?
Synonymous.
Yeah.
I just noticed the O in the Zolas on that painting there kind of has a Georgia O'Keeffe sort of. I don't know, like it's either two nipples or two sphincters. I don't know. It's kind of funny.
A happy accident.
Right. Yeah, very happy accident.
Yeah. So, well, now we're winging it. It's Rick.
It's
the butter and the butternut and wingnut show.
Yeah. So, I guess guilty pleasures was a subject that came up when we were doing the kind of warm up for what the show's going to be. One of mine, I guess, to start it off, I suppose, is speaking of happy accidents, is Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting.
Oh, right.
I watch him do all the time. The happy little tree and the
mountain
cleaning the paintbrush,
and they all live. When he talks, they live there.
Maybe in our world we have like a little squirrel that lives right next to the tree. I don't know.
He paint the word picture also. It's I remember that guy. I missed that show.
Oh yeah, the big bushy hair dude.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah, the biggest white afro there is
brown.
Well, the white man afro.
Oh, gotcha.
His hair was actually red.
Sure,
amber.
Could have been, yeah. So, but I like that his whole premise was that he wanted you to create your world. It's like, here's how I'm doing it, but you do it however you feel, because there's not, I don't know, I guess most teachers are kind of like that, but for the most part, I like teachers that try to inspire the creativity of other people rather than...
Yeah, he would kind of suggest it, and then, but you might do it this way, or you might, I like that.
Sure. But one thing that I didn't like about him was that he wouldn't go into fundamentals. It's like, we know why you're, just compositionally, he did a lot of interesting things that could have been shown why, like why you put things where you do in a composition and stuff. Right. Whereas it's not just a random, okay, we're just going to throw paint behind our head on the canvas and see where, I don't know.
He was kind of paint by numbers a little bit.
Well, but there, I could sense that there was a little more method to his madness. Right. It's not just because you put it there, it's right. Because composition works for a reason. Right. But anyway, sorry.
He did. He wasn't too clinical about it either. It was
right. But he wouldn't go. You could tell he understood it, but he just didn't educate it.
Right. That's exactly why would you put the highlights here or the shadows here, that kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think he wouldn't even go into light direction or perspective or any of the kind of fundamentals that painting kind of really. Right. I don't know. I've learned all those things. So
this last week my son and I went out into our shed and we dug out, and he's been bugging me for like a couple weeks now to go out and dig out these CDs because he asked me about songs that I listened to growing up. And so we went out to the shed and we dug out the CDs. CDs, how barbaric those are now.
But we still put them in our car.
Yeah.
So
very rarely.
Hopefully they're not that barbaric yet.
It's all,
now tape decks, all right, 8-track for sure.
You know what? There was cassettes in there.
Yeah, I still got some cassettes.
but we can't listen to them. It's almost like you could look at it.
You know, one of the techie toys is a tape deck. You know how you put your drive bays in your computer? They have ones that have tape decks where you just put the tape in. And
is it so? What it capture the sound off of it?
Yeah. Okay, you put the tape in, and I think that there's an interface to it that will actually play right to your computer.
Will it clean up any like?
There's software that can do that.
Yeah.
De-essing or what do they call that? I don't know. There's filters and stuff that you can get.
Because I was trying to explain to him too. He goes, "Well, why don't we listen to these?" I said, "Well,
de-clicker, I think is what it's called."
They just don't last. The cassettes, they stretch, they get
dirty.
Oh
yeah.
They get magnetized.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
They just sound like crap. Even the best cassette players were still crap. They were just crap.
Well, I still own a ton of vinyl. I'll probably
I heard some of you said if it's about the like an amp, or was it a bolt? Like there's an amp you can hook up to your turntable. What's it called? It's like a tube amp. Have you ever heard of those?
Tube amp. Huh.
Tube amp. It's like it is the better. Like they're expensive. They're like
a couple grand. Speaker or something? Or?
No, it's an amp like a preamp. Like you would hook it up to your.
Okay.
It would hook up to your stereo, and then it actually picks up the deeper, more richer sounds that are in the vinyl that you can't even pick up on a CD.
Nice. Right
because
on.
the digital sounds, I guess, this is what I understood. Mm-hmm. The computer kind of just does it. If it doesn't recognize that sound, it won't play it.
Sure, yeah. There's a frequency range that it'll catch.
So it loses like on some of the older, richer, like especially in the psychedelic.
It's taking what is an analog, which is just a smooth curve, and making it into little chunks. Right. Like if you zoom in on a picture that's low resolution, how it has all those stair-steppy things on it. Right. It's basically doing that with the waveform as it curls down.
It's straightening it out.
Yeah. So you can't get a perfect smooth. I mean, I guess you could if you got into super high resolution of that's I don't know.
Yeah. It's but anyway, so we went out there and dug out all the CDs, and I'm looking at all the CDs that I own, and there's like a couple grand with the CDs.
Oh yeah, anybody that's bought CDs in the past has paid their fair share into the music industry.
Oh, I know, man. And
it's
then
like with all the piracy.
But then I was looking at the shit I bought. I was like, oh my. I actually bought that. I was like, that
was the only way we had access. I mean, it was the radio otherwise, right?
Adina Howard.
Adina Howard.
You never heard Adina Howard? Oh no. My gosh.
Wow. What year do you think you bought the most CDs?
Oh, in the 90s. It was definitely...
Right, like what year in the 90s? Well, definitely 90s for me, too.
I want to say 95.
Yep, that's 95. Yep, 94, 95 was about when I bought a ton of CDs, too.
I also found a CD called 12 Inches of Snow.
Yeah.
You remember
Did
Snow?
You ever do the... Where you'd pick out... Sorry, I don't mean to derail your train there, but I like the... buy 9 CDs for a penny, like BMI Music or whatever would send you.
I had some of those in there. Yeah. And Keegan would go. He'd ask me, "Well, why'd you buy that one?" I said, "Well, I probably didn't send it back."
Exactly.
What do you mean? What do you mean send it back? I said, "Well, there was a music club that you joined.
Yeah, and then
you get 9 CDs for a penny." And then you would send them, and then you would have to buy one per... Right.
Well, they would send you... Here's the kicker. They would send you one. You'd have to opt out first and remember to mail in that thing saying, don't send me this crap.
Right.
So the way you get around that, though, is you just write return to sender on it and then put it back in the mailbox.
I did that a lot.
Yeah, and then they'll stop doing it real quick because it's money backwards out of their pocket then, too. And like I actually got a call from the place once saying, hey, you can't do that. And I'm like, okay, come arrest me then.
Yeah.
Write return to sender and send them back. It's like,
it didn't come to my house. I didn't write that.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah. I guess
me.
The proof of burden's on them, for sure. But
it was obviously didn't make it to my house. Otherwise, I would have kept it. I would have paid
sorry.
No worries.
Deterred.
Yeah, so I'm looking at like 12 inches of snow. I was like... And I listened to it, I was like, oh my god, this
12 Inches of Snow, I've never heard of it.
You never heard of Snow Informer as a song? It's like a reggae rapper.
What?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So did you buy a lot of rap then? What do you think, what genre?
My biggest genre is rock.
Okay.
I do a lot of rock.
Like what was current then? So like alternative sort of? Like what was happening in the...
I had some Corrosion of Conformity.
Yeah, Soundgarden?
Yes, but that one ended up missing.
Stuff like that though, like what the end would play, sort of stuff, or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I had the. Then have you ever heard of the Verve pipe?
The Verve pipe. I've heard of the Verve.
The Verve pipe. Yeah, there was another Flash in the Pan, an alternative.
Oh, okay.
You know, on the end, 107.7.
Right on.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like those things that would I listen to them now, and I probably would, because if nobody had watched me listen or heard me listening to them, it's like those are my guilty pleasures.
Speaking of guilty pleasures,
yeah, those are my guilty pleasures. You know. Well, anyway, that was that. But it was kind of cool walking through like memory lane with Keegan. Is like educating him on, because he's really interested right now in music. I don't know why. Yeah. Well, it's like it's the age. 14 is like the age where you really start. And he's asking me about Soundgarden and Pearl Jam.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I went through a like 70s rock phase, where it was Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, The Doors. And I was more like 19 or 20 when that happened. But I've always been into music though. Like, I remember music for me was basically my older brothers and sisters who were adopted.
Right.
They listen to, well, my sisters for sure. They listen to a lot of Air Supply and Chicago and all that kind of sappy sort of stuff. And gosh, one of our first records were like Pac-Man Fever, Devil Went Down to Georgia, some Michael Jackson stuff, a lot of Michael Jackson. I think what happened, it's like my first exposure kind of to music where I wasn't like, oh, this is dumb, because it took me a while to kind of like get music. But I think my mom like watched MTV, and whatever videos didn't disturb her the most, she went out and bought records.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So she kind of like previewed what music was going to come into the house based on that.
Here's a little trivia question. What was the first video played on MTV?
Well, my wife is a music aficionado, and I actually know. But yeah, my wife, trivia and music questions wise, my wife will hands down beat anybody.
What was it?
I know the answer, and I know my wife knows the answer, but
I know
it's
too.
Video Killed the Radio Star by.
Oh, I don't know who it was by.
Alex knows. Who's it by?
I think it was the Buggles.
The Buggles.
The Buggles?
Okay, something like that. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we're wrong,
what was your
correct us.
remember music videos? What the hell happened with those?
That
was like that would be like that's all we would watch if the TV was on. Especially when it first came out.
Yeah.
I think Rocket was probably my favorite video.
Oh, Herbie Hancock. Rocket.
Oh yeah, when that came out, dude, that totally turned me on to electronic music.
That was also another thing too. But growing up in an all-white family, we didn't listen, like if it wasn't country, we didn't listen to. We listened to only rock and roll. Okay. That was it. And so I was the one that would like secretly listen to like Rocket.
Oh yeah.
What's the other one? Kumo D.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh shoot, the
Big Daddy.
Well, Run DMC got pretty big, but they weren't too big until like the later to my. I'm trying to remember like when it came out when I was 14. I was living on the East Coast at the time in Harrisburg. Yeah. So we got exposed to a little more of the hip hop element that was coming out of the break dancing, and they called it jam music actually.
Jam music
before it was rap because it was more stuff you break dance to rather than rap. Rap is just the function of what it is really, but rap music, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, it was Kumo D.
What's the other one? Come on, pull it out.
Well, Electric Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like Twilight 22 was their band.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Of course, Sugar Hill Gang. Yeah.
So I was one that was like, why was in my family? I don't think my youngest brother, he probably listened to more than I did, but it was just kind of like one of those things that it was almost like a shameful thing to listen to the black music. And
wow.
I don't want to label my family as being racist.
Well, I'm sure there's much that might have been said about jazz and all that kind of and rock music was it's always the new stuff that that music sort of evolves into that society sort of shuns first because it's always associated with
right now I'm listening to a lot of Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get into Guns N' Roses at all? Speaking of what's playing right now.
Yeah, we just had
Guns N' Roses was about when I was like, all right, I'm done with rock. I'm just
You're done with what?
Rock, basically.
Rock?
Yeah, the whole they just is like that's about the limit of my taste for it, and then I kind of got into other stuff. But
I was a huge Metallica fan. I still am. Yeah. A Metallica fan, and then Guns N' Roses was good. I liked them, but I didn't follow them. I mean, I just because they were radio playable.
Yeah. I liked Metallica. I wasn't like a nut about them though. I mean, I appreciated their music. I mean, what their music was before probably Enter the Sandman. Anything after Enter the Sandman is just.
I fell out. I actually did get upset with them because they're hypocritical.
Sure. Oh yeah. You've seen the South Park that trashes them, right?
We don't do music videos because music videos are for sellouts, and then they come out with the Injustice for All album, and they do their first music video, which everybody went apeshit over. And then we don't do digital music because we can't get paid until iTunes.
Right. I mean, everybody has a chance, I think, to change their mind, but
if you take up a huge stand like that, and you're in that kind of, now it's like we just
you got to suffer the consequences of your word, and that's for sure.
But then again, somebody did put it in perspective to me this way. Well, are you always going to follow what you said when you were like, if you were 15 and you made a proclamation, I'm never going to eat Cheerios. When you turn 30, you're going to still have that same proclamation. You know what I mean? Are you going to live your life and what you said when you were?
I think one ought to strive to. I mean, if you're talking about, or you basically what you do is you make a new agreement with whatever it is, and really all you got to do
never's a long time though.
Sure. Oh yeah.
That's like when you say never, it's like wow. I just say, well, no, I'm just not into it right now, and then go on from there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not my thing right now because it leaves you. It gives you that opportunity to be able. It leaves you open to be able to change your mind without seeming to be
in
like
this
a
moment in time.
Yeah.
Then, sure. Huh.
So, anyway, guilty pleasures.
Cool. Yeah. Another guilty pleasure of mine is Clone Wars. Star Wars Clone Wars.
I don't see how that's a guilty pleasure though. I love that animated series.
It's just so, something that a 12-year-old would be way into,
But you know what?
But the 12-year-old in me just loves the shit out of it, So
to tie into,
I can't wait till they come out with new ones, which hopefully in a couple months here they might. But it's the last season this season.
Disney's probably going to pick something up. Disney's doing it now.
You know what I hope they do? I hope they take like after and like how they're doing this whole focus on in between like 3 and 4 is like that where they mainly operate.
Right.
Let's operate around after Jedi, like what is that? 4, 5, 6. So between 6 and 7.
Right.
Yeah, just operate in that area because I want to see Han and Leia's romance or whatever, and then having
what
kids
happened,
and
what happened to the Empire.
Yeah, and there's plenty of stories out there that they can follow or not or whatever, but twisted in this whole new, I don't know, just put Han and Chewie back in there, damn it.
Yeah,
That's what we're waiting for, That's what I want to see.
So, I want to actually mention something. I almost bought you a present yesterday. Speaking of Clone Wars, we went to Archie McPhee and they had a coloring book there with the Clone Wars. I was thinking,
cool.
Is it the genre where you would? I almost bought it. It was like 98 cents.
Well, that might not have been too bad.
I just seen my old physical therapist just walked through the door.
Oh, cool. Right on.
How's it going? We're actually recording a podcast right now.
Yeah. No. Say hi. We got to fill some time. We're down a person. So
Elizabeth, right? Yeah, and her son, I don't know your son's name. I follow her on Facebook. This is Rick, Alex, and my wife,
Nice
Nina.
to meet you.
Yeah.
How's he doing with his...
No, she was my physical therapist for my shoulder.
Shoulder, okay.
Yeah, and she did good.
Cool.
Yeah. Are you still doing physical therapy?
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
Right on.
Awesome.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Back from Thailand for a little bit. I don't know if you followed me on Facebook, but we lived over there for a little bit, and then
right on.
Once Keegan is out of school, we are going to be. Well, my plans are to go back.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to come back the first time.
What's your favorite thing about Thailand?
The weather.
The weather?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is what you got to compete with, so the bar's not real high.
Food.
Yeah?
I could eat like a horse and still lose weight.
Thai food, sure. Yeah.
I think it had to do with the combination of food and weather.
Yeah. Have you had the LARP guy?
Huh?
LARP guy?
LARP? Oh,
LARP guy?
LARP
guy? Is that how's it pronounced?
LARP guy.
I've been
Good job.
seeing that to you the whole time.
I thought
It's got an R in there, so I got to pronounce the R.
who guy? I don't know.
Last
Yeah.
guy.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting
Go
you.
get your coffee. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, she did my physical therapy. I blew out my shoulder twice.
Oh, no.
And it sucks.
With a shotgun?
Yeah. This is self-inflicted.
There we go. Yeah.
Pow.
Just committing suicide, just not real good at it.
Yeah, I'm a horrible aim.
Yeah.
A horrible aim.
Blam. Oh, well, I tried. Sorry, I don't know. I'm just
That's why my hearing's bad, too.
What? Yeah. Oh, so you almost got a coloring book.
Yeah, we went up to...
Okay.
This will tie into another thing. We went up to a place in Seattle, Wallingford, called Archie McPhee's.
Okay,
and they're national because they have... my stepmother, I want to say, my dad's wife, actually, she knows... She's a retired school teacher, and she knows all about it because they would order stuff online for their school, for use them for teaching. And we went in there, and it just...
Coloring books or Clone Wars or both?
All of the... It's Archie McPhee's just like a novel...
Gotcha.
It's like a novelty store.
Gotcha. Right.
And that we went up there, and they have like masks. It's like
okay.
Kind of like a Spencer's, just not as adult.
I see. Okay.
And
Spencer's without the porn.
yeah. A lot of bacon references there. Like they had
PG-13 Spencer's.
I'd say
PG
G.
G sensors. Okay.
Yeah. They had action figures like JP Patches.
Oh, nice.
And
speaking of action figures, go ahead.
And they had one that was really funny. It was a crazy cat lady action figure.
Nice. Crazy cat lady?
Yeah. There's a lady who's all disheveled. She had like 50
so is it
cats.
like collector stuff? I know toys sort of run that range of, do you play with it or you put it somewhere safe?
It could be. Some of it's specific to Seattle. Like they have I don't know if you've been to the Curiosity Shop in Seattle.
Rings a bell, have we? Where's that at? Is it Pike Place?
It's right below by Pike Place on the waterfront.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With your family.
By my family.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your cousin.
Your other family. Remember?
I don't want.
No. the question mark just silenced him.
Right. Okay, we were there.
Say their names.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Them people. The ones.
Anyway,
sure. By the aquarium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really close to the aquarium.
Okay.
Well, they have. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's like
Gotcha.
they have the tchotchkes and stuff. And,
Okay. Cool.
They have something called the Wallingford Monster, and it's just it's like a bad paper mache spider monkey.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. We went up there. He wanted. When they did the podcast at the Muddy Cup, it's really close to there.
Okay.
And he wanted to go in there then. That's the podcast my dad was on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Were you there that day?
I believe I was sick again.
You were absent. Yeah, he was. You're going to have to bring a doctor's note next time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, you can't tell my voice?
No, actually, you're coming. It might be good for you.
Okay.
You're projecting better.
Yeah. Well, I'm working.
Yeah. You're
putting an effort.
Your phlegm is actually enhanced.
Speaking of action figures, though, I picked up the coolest, baddest ass action figure ever.
Okay.
So they had it at Target, and it was Valentine's Day, and it was like, man, if so it's Han Solo.
Okay.
But it's the black series, I guess, of the action figures, where they're not the big ones and they're not the real small
they're in
ones.
Between.
But they're you can put this dude in any position. He's got different hands you can put on him. The gun fits in the hand perfect. Everything it's like the primo.
You
can twist the waist. You can twist.
This falls under guilty pleasures.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, so I have. Other action figures, and for Christmas it's fun because then I can ask for toys and Star Wars toys and stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's mainly just Han Solo that I'm kind of interested in the figure wise, but I've gotten a few GI Joes and stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of guilty pleasures, the Cobras, the white and the black ninja, basically the Snake Eyes, I guess.
Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
Yeah, not Cobras. The Cobras like a whole faction of GI Joe, but So anyway, I don't need to get another Han Solo action figure because I found it. It's so posable and fun.
I've seen the Black Series, and what I like about them is they look like they look like who they're.
Well, and actually, a
emulate.
Boba Fett might be just badass as hell to get with that too.
That is probably that's probably the one you'll have to order because as soon as it hits the store.
So Boba Fett or Chewbacca, there. My wife is here, so.
When's your birthday?
It's in May.
Coming up here, May 13th. For all you.
That makes you older than me, haha.
We're 72?
No.
See, haha.
You're still older.
Age before beauty.
No,
I don't know.
I mean, he just called me. No, wait. Old.
All right there, Gramps.
Yeah.
No, I'm just teasing.
So yeah.
But anyway, it's the coolest. It's like I used to. Honestly, I had dreams when the Star Wars. I've probably mentioned this before. Not to get too much on Star Wars before we do that Star
really
Wars
talk
podcast.
About you dream.
I dreamed that they had when they had the small action figures coming out. I dreamed that they had big ones and that we were playing with these big Star Wars action figures. And it was like the coolest thing ever. And then they came out with them.
So they owe you money then.
I did. They do. Yeah, I had the idea first, man. Copyright Rick Entrop, right there.
They stole it.
They did. Yeah.
They stole it at Inception.
Well, now when they figure out how to read your brain and read your memories, I'll be able to go back and sue them.
They just.
No, I don't know.
I was listening a little news report. It's just something that caught my interest is that they actually can record like a visual dream now. They can actually record.
You're shitting me.
No.
Wow. Huh. That is badass. Well, that's. How do they do that? How do they? They have to be able to tap into the visual.
Know. It was something that caught my interest.
Yeah, because I mean, you can think. Okay, color red. Can you see the color red in your head? Of course, you can see white elephant. You can see white elephant in your head. Where is that image located? I guess probably they found it then, right?
There was a guy I work with. He said he was listening to it, and he let me listen to the little blurb, and it was wow. It was like it's some guy.
So they found the auditory, the wave. Because I know you can hear. Oh my goodness!
It's some kind of astrophysicist who actually mapped it. They're actually working.
Wow.
They're paying this guy big money to map the human brain.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, and they actually can record dreams.
Wow. Because have you ever there's that point right before you fall asleep where you start hearing things and you wonder if you can hear it or not.
Right.
If music comes on during those times, it's like the coolest, awesome music I've ever heard in my life.
Right.
From what I remember, but I can't remember a note of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just remember the impression that I had of it. And man, if you could tune into those.
It also what you're doing too is like you're stimulating that pleasure center of your brain too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's why it's so cool.
True. Well, I just remember the reaction more than.
Like I used to fall asleep to the TV on.
Right. Yeah. When you can incorporate what you're hearing.
And sometimes I'd have to put on something that was specific. Like if I would fall asleep to something that was like really dramatic or violent, I'd dream violently.
Okay, sure. You'd pick up on the emotion of the...
And I would get up, and I wouldn't be rested. I'd be like all grumpy and surly. But then if I turn on PBS, which is a little bit more family friendly, and it's more nurturing, I would wake up rested.
Music? Like just
music? What I do now is I listen to podcasts when I go to sleep.
Oh, well, that'll put you to sleep.
It does.
Hopefully we're not. Wake up, everybody.
Well, I've trained myself to fall asleep that way.
Okay.
I've trained myself.
Yeah. So what do you want to say if you're asleep right now, dreaming of what? Millions of...
dream of millions of subscriptions to...
There you go. There's thousands of fans just waiting to hear our next endeavor.
Speaking of that, our Facebook page is it goes up and down. You know whether we got listeners we have spikes and stuff.
Okay.
But there's an option on there where we can pay to get subscribers. I've almost done it. It's like $5 a day. That's an enormous expense if you're doing $5 a day. Yeah. But you can cut it off after 1 or 2 days. But they're supposed to take it. Facebook actually promotes it for you.
Yeah, I think when we have a little bit more cleaner niche of all right, who's listening to us? Not just random people; it's people that are looking for whatever it is. Then we can kind of, But I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd feel weird to pay people to have people listen to you. It's almost like going to band for sex or something. It's like
don't want to do that.
You do it. Let's earn it. Let's not.
To promote it, that's what you got.
Sure. Well, okay. Now marketing. Yeah. So spread the word, guys.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take care of. Let's do it because we never do this normally on the podcast. Let's do a little bit of what do they call it?
Brainstorming.
House cleaning.
Okay.
Or like
airing our dirty laundry. We're gonna get a little behind the scenes. Bonus DVD.
What I want to do is whoever. If you're listening to this podcast, tell us what you like about it. Go on our Facebook page if you can find it. That's another big thing too. People are not
I think we have enough to where there's something that you like, and if there's something if it's movies or
if you click on the link that once we post this podcast, you can click on the link and it'll take you straight to the Facebook page, and then we can then listen to what get your feedback, and we can then talk about bring up subjects that the listeners what things that they want to hear too,
right?
Because I'm pretty sure. That would pick up.
Like if it's something going on like the Olympics, you want to hear more about the Olympics, or
about how the lack there of snow.
Yeah,
or that kind of stuff. Totally. Is it over now? Olympics over?
Yeah. It was last week actually. I
already missed it.
I've been kind of watching the medal count because there was a little prediction that happened. I don't know if you remember. There was the podcast in Bothell. I think Christopher was with us.
Okay.
My cousin or nephew.
Jeez. Cousin.
Yeah. Whatever. It's family. But we did medal predictions, and I said Russia, and guess who had the most medals?
Russia.
You guessed it.
Well, now.
Anyway, just to gloat a little bit, but
did they actually win?
They won the most medals and they won the most gold. So both counts.
Wow.
I'm the wiener there, yeah.
They weren't.
It was a total guess, though. I was going because they were the home team. They had the home advantage.
That means they came from behind to win, though.
Oh, yeah. They were down for a while. Norway was up there, which I think that's who Christopher guessed. Wow. There's an actor called Christopher Guest. That is so funny.
That was his prediction.
He's part of the mockumentary crowd that does the...
Oh, right.
Yeah. The Best in Show, and he was the guy that had the Hound Dog in Best in Show. A Mighty Wind, he was in that. He's part of the writers, I think. Anyway, I digress.
Was he also, with Christopher Guest, was he also in Spinal Tap?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Yep. Anyway, big shout out to...
Christopher Guest. Oh, maybe he'll listen.
There we go. Yeah, Christopher Guest, if you're out there, we're fans.
Yeah.
Spread the word.
All right, so I was in 7-Eleven about 3 weeks ago.
No way.
Yeah.
What are you, rich?
I think it's because I wasn't rich.
Were you out of SpaghettiOs?
I was hankering a big bite.
Yeah.
No, and this lady, she turns around. No, I was actually trying to eat healthy.
Speaking of guilty pleasures, sorry, those are one of mine.
Mine too, actually. That was.
Aren't those hearty? Man, I hate that I love those.
The spicy ones. I was Kanita's craving when she was pregnant with Keegan.
But they got that chili and cheese that go with it. It's just like,
free.
Man, what the hell? Yeah, I know. Anyway, sorry.
It's not actually free. You do pay for it with your health. But
yeah.
But so anyway, this lady, she turns around and she holds this bag of chips at me, and she says, "Have you tried these?" I go, "Whoa, potato chips?" I go, "I had a couple," and then she goes, "No, these," and and they're 7-Eleven brand hot dog flavored potato chips.
Oh wow!
I go, "They're right."
Hot dog flavored. Well, you just don't have that $3 to spend.
I go, but I'd rather eat a hot dog than
hot dog flavored things.
And I went, okay, so I'm like. I've had some really bizarre flavored potato chips.
Yeah.
Like I've had ketchup flavored potato chips.
Right.
I've had mustard flavored potato chips. I've had shrimp flavored potato chips.
Yeah, there's Taco Bell flavored potato chips actually. If you really want to get.
Yeah, there's those. And then I'm like, I looked at it. I was like, hot dog flavor. I mean, that's like that's really lazy. You want to eat a hot dog and potato chips, but you don't have the strength to do both.
Right.
It's so you. But then I went. Well, that must. I wanted to equate it to the climate of like that's what I like. I like the fact that that was like a stoner munchy food to me. I was like, well, that's what I would eat if I was high. I would probably go. That sounds amazing. I'm gonna eat that
just for the novelty. I mean, how do you not?
But you know what? I walk by them and I go, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna fall in that trap because I know I'll be addicted to them.
Yeah.
Because she's like, they're amazing, and I was like. This lady, who I've never even met, is pimping these hot dog flavors.
Are they turning into Costco or something where they're giving out samples and then she's like pushing them on you? Like, did she get a commission?
You could have swore she was a rep.
Nice.
Gotta try these. They're amazing. They're the best things since sliced bread. And that's like,
What if you were to crunch them up and then put them on a 7-Eleven hot dog?
I think that would, yeah.
Would that work?
Dry condiments.
There you go. Yeah.
Just actually have it like right next to the relish, have hot dog flavored.
I had an idea for 7-Eleven that they should do, and in fact, anyway, what they should do is just sell the chili and cheese,
And they give the hot dog away for free?
No, but you buy your own chips. Like if you wanted, like Doritos Cool Ranch, but with 7-Eleven cheddar, cheese, and chili. Just have like a little nacho bar, but you buy your own. I mean, they have the chips. Why does 7-Eleven need to have their own brand of crappy ass chips?
They are pretty crappy.
Yeah, I mean they're. I mean, but if you just for like $1.50 or something, got yourself a little trough of chili and cheese, and just add your own chips.
I got a funny story that we used to take them and flip them upside down.
Yeah.
And you get so the lid has more volume than the tray, so you can get more chili
for the
cheese.
Nachos.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But what they started doing is they would vent they vented the lids, and they didn't do that before.
Oh, huh.
And I was like, when you change things, let people know, because I was sitting.
But then you just line the bottom with napkins.
I had no idea that. I was like, why is something really warm on my leg? And I was like, and there's just like these dots of chili and cheese. And I put,
that's how they get you.
Yeah. There was vents, there was just all this, it just came out running all over the place. It was a mess. All right, what else we got to talk about?
Yucky. Well.
Hey, you want to talk about
losing stuff?
Team Fortress 2.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I think I've actually discussed this before a little bit, but a video game, I guess, that I've been playing a lot the last couple of years, actually, is Team Fortress 2.
They're from Bellevue.
I believe so, yeah, Valve.
Valve, yeah.
Yeah. They kind of started, well, from what I can recollect, there was Doom, right?
Right.
Doom came out in like the early 90s. And
the very first, well, not really. It wasn't the very first-person shooter.
No, that was Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein 3D, I think, was the first I ever saw.
Yeah.
But Doom was the first. We got Doom because, I say we, this was the screen shop that I worked at the time called Messageware. But they had a few computers in the building, so we're like, let's get this video game and get a bunch of parallel cable and, hook the computers together. And, we can be, I mean, it was such a novel thing of playing the same video game in the same,
So you had kind of like a LAN party.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, totally. And at any rate, that's what got me turned on to the whole. It's first person plus you're playing other humans,
Right.
So that's the whole element to me. It's like paintball, but sort of like in a virtual environment
without the pain.
Right. Yeah. So Doom turned into Quake.
Right.
It was ID Software or whatever. But then they had these Quake mods where people could adapt the. I think it was like the Unreal Engine is what they made it on. Or I don't know if Steam or Valve made the Unreal Engine and they applied it to the Quake mod. But whatever it is, the Unreal Engine is what's used a lot in video games now. Well, I guess it's something different. But Team Fortress 2 was kind of an offshoot of that.
Right.
From Quake. Okay. And then it was Counter-Strike for a while, which was an offshoot of Half-Life. But at any rate, the game is fun, and you can do all these, or you can be different functions in the team, right? So it's very team-oriented.
Right.
And
you have the medic, you have a demolition.
Exactly.
And then you got a heavy gunner.
Right, and spies.
Right.
And engineers.
Right.
And so it's like I don't know. I've thought of trying to get into more competitive play where you have an actual team that works together a lot. Because what I do now is I play in what's called pubs, which are public servers where anybody can go in and play, and you go onto a random team, whichever, they have like a slot available on either side of the team.
Right.
And it's all just a random hodgepodge of people that can never seem to get their stuff together. It's like it's just a random, roll of dice whether you're going to be on a team with good people or bad people. Right. And I mean, you can I guess try to get friends together and play. So if I had like a large group of social friends that I played with, that might work. But I really don't.
Can you invite people to play with you? Like you
yeah, just random.
Party?
Yeah. I believe so. But again, you'd have to market that. If you had a bunch of friends that you were on.
I know that's you play on PC.
Yeah, right.
My son uses Xbox 360.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure about the whole console
Well, he doesn't have online play right now, but he would get on there and he'd play.
As long as you can plug in a server address.
What would he play? Not Modern Warfare, not Modern Warfare. Is that right? Battlefield.
Okay.
Battlefield, and they would do the multiplayer online.
Is it 3? I think Battlefield 3.
It's like I don't know. It's one of them. I think he plays. It's one of the more popular online first-person shooter games, and he'll get on there and it's the same thing. It's like you get on a crappy team or you get on a good team.
Right.
And you can invite friends. Like if you he's got friends that play with him online, but you have to be on 360.
Right. Now, does he find these friends from like school and stuff, and then they get on that way, or
sometimes?
is he?
He's actually made really good friends with a girl who lives over in Eastern Washington.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they used to play all the time on Halo.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, Halo all the time. And,
Well, see, that's where it's like, gosh, I'm in my 40s. You know why? The average Team Fortress 2 player, I'm sure, is
13.
If that, yeah. I mean, they're not younger than that, but I don't know. But it's just something I've always enjoyed and followed, and so it's like the people that I hang around with really don't,
Yeah.
And I guess I'm not real outgoing online, so I don't know. However, having the time commitment to be in like competitive,
it takes
groups,
a lot of your time. Right?
Yeah. Well, and you have to be available at certain times because it's a whole.
We're playing with people who may not be on this continent too.
Well, to a degree. I mean, if everybody, because logistically, you want to have a good ping.
Right.
If I'm playing with someone in Singapore, my ping's going to be really high.
Right.
Whereas theirs low and vice versa. So you want to be in the same sort of general network area.
You could drop it. You get a lag.
Right. But I mean, there's people that do it. I mean, I don't know if there's people that make a living doing it, or that I would be good enough to do that. But
But what they do is they have YouTube channels, and then they play.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those things where, like Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I follow a few guys that do gaming, and then they include Team Fortress 2 in their arsenal, and they basically just don't. It's more like you just watch them play, and then they talk, and you like their personality.
You ever listen to Total Biscuit? It's a British guy. It's if you look, he's like, if you go to like GameStop or all the gaming places, he'll have his it's like this Warcraft looking guy. He's like an ogre with big tusk and a top hat.
Right.
That's Total Biscuit.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's he has his own gaming channel.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Keegan listens to that.
And I'm not into it enough to even start my own channel with it. I mean, I guess I could talk a little more in depth about Team Fortress, but it's just sort of something that I don't want to bore people with.
Yeah. Dude, there's so much out there that's like he listens to a guy named Syndicate, another British guy. You heard of him? Yeah.
Oh wait, no, is he video gaming?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, different dude then.
He gets all the games.
All of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's also
that would be such a cool gig, though. Play video games, talk about them, and then you just have people.
Have you heard of what's his name? His name's Toby Turner. He's on the Cartoon Network now with the Annoying Orange. They have their own show.
Right on.
Well, if you look at
I've heard of Annoying Orange.
He's got his channel on YouTube is called Tobuscus.
Okay.
And you watch that, and he plays all kinds. They're not just limited to one platform. They do PC. They do 360, Wii, PS4,
Atari.
Yeah, they've done that
ColecoVision.
Vision. All of them.
Genesis. Or what is it? Sega Genesis.
They do all that because of it.
TurboGrafx 16. Sorry.
What is it called? Commodore 64.
Commodore 64. 128.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's where they draw the line. Huh?
Stop geeking out on me. I don't know.
Well, some of the podcasts that I listen to there's this guy called Star. Who's pretty good. He's actually my favorite. Close to that, Shibby 2142. He does a Team Fortress 2 podcast.
Yeah.
His voice. He's got like such a radio friendly voice. It's like he sounds like he's in his like our age.
Yeah.
But he's like maybe just over 19 or something. He's like this kid.
He's got
but he's got but he's just like really tall. He's got this really kind of radio sounding voice.
Yeah.
Then there's a guy Jerma, who has he's a real Boston-y voice, which I kind of like. But yeah, they're kind of goofy. It's and that's the other thing I like about Team Fortress 2 is its character.
Right.
It has a real cartoony style to it. It's got like,
right.
but the other thing that is really wild about it is the artwork that goes into it is all like mostly user submitted, like the hats and all the gear that they have that people can make.
Right.
Like if I had time, I would totally just make stuff for this game. Like, you know, there's no way. There's so much out there that there's no way to make money doing it unless you're actually employed by the company.
You might mess around and land in your dream job. There.
Well, there's so much competition, dude. It's I don't know. You would need a lot of time to put together some of this stuff. But
yeah, you would.
I definitely would enjoy designing and developing maps for it. Like, I think that would be hella fun.
Yeah.
Because you can do custom generated maps, and actually there's within the game you can buy map stickers that help go to support those maps too. It's like a buck a shot, so you could actually get money for making them that way if people used them and played on them and stuff. But no, it would take a long time.
So that's like
and then it's all free too.
Something you do on your vacation.
If
you had a vacation.
Or
when's the last time you had a vacation?
You had a part-time job. Well, coming up. I didn't get any vacation until after a year of employment. So,
how many? You get 40 hours?
I get 20 optional, but that's for a part-time job too. Still, so 20 optional and 20 vacation, 20 sick.
That's pretty good though. Not bad for after a year.
It increases
that's 60
every
hours.
Yeah, I think.
But what do you mean for vacation?
What do I mean?
What do you mean for vacation?
When's the last time you?
I don't get any from my other job. If I don't work at my other job, I don't get paid. So
yeah.
So your version of vacation is leaving the place and going and seeing.
When's the last time you actually taken time off and just basically?
The last vacation we did was down to Vegas, which was awesome.
A while ago?
Yeah, probably 06, 05, 06.
You guys are due for a vacation. I love Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay, so it was duo go to Utah and visit my mom's side of the family, and then to Vegas, and actually visit Peggy while she was down there, which was awesome because
she was working at
Peg, so yeah. Well, actually, I think she was working at the school at the time.
Okay.
But we saw Penn and Teller, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And I knew we wanted to do a Cirque du Soleil, but O was sort of like what we wanted to do. They had the Beatles one going at the time, and all of it was sold out, and it was like Caw. Now, what the heck is Caw? Ka, and turned out to be one of the best things. I mean, I can't think of. I liked it better than Penn and Teller, which is I can't believe it. Well, I mean, it was that good. Caw was phenomenal. They're like it was over $100 a ticket.
The first time we went there was in '99. For our honeymoon. And I think we saw two shows. One was because it's
Google Caw because you can see some video of what the actual theater is. Why do you keep hitting me? What?
Oh, interrupting me.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry. No. We went and saw Splash, which is one of the longest running shows on the Strip.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's at the Riviera, and it may not be playing anymore. And then Crazy Girls, which is also at the Riviera, because that's where we stayed. We got one show for free and one.
Oh, cool.
I actually did both of them for free. But I think Crazy Girls I liked better than Splash because it was more of like a burlesque and comedy show.
I'm all for watching women.
What's her name? The lady, the Queen of Mean. It was awesome. What's her name? The comedian. She's always on the roasts. They're doing the roasts. They call her the Queen of Mean.
Oh yeah, Sandra something.
No.
Is she kind of heavier?
She used to be heavier.
No.
Well, I'll think of it in a minute. But she was there. She actually did like a set on stage.
Sarah something? No.
Not Silverman.
No.
Not Sarah Silverman.
Okay.
Anyway, she's always on the comedy roast. She's always on there.
Is she kind of Jewish looking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And really into black guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Her.
Google it.
Nope. Coffee shop.
Yeah, If we don't think of it by the end of the podcast, somebody please go on
we get it. We know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Say here. Anyway, but she was there, and the second time I went to Vegas was with the guys I work with. We saw no shows.
Oh,
we didn't see. Well, if you
was it all
can't
just
count
gambling and drinking then?
Well, not really. I didn't gamble much.
Oh, okay.
I did gamble a little bit, but there was a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
And strip clubs. Went to a lot of strip clubs.
You know, I've never been in a strip club. Speaking of guilty pleasures, never ever stepped foot in it.
It was because we were guys and we went. It was
sure, makes sense.
It was the lines were shorter to get into the strip club than it was actually going to the regular
Once you've seen one naked
club.
woman, you want to see them all. So, sorry.
Yeah, that's true though. Well,
sorry.
no, I don't want to see them all. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I do have limits.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have limits. But anyway, yeah. So the second time I went there was with guys from our work, and so it was different. And then we went down there again a couple years ago for it was 2010, 2011 New Year's.
Oh, fun!
And we got to watch the strip get lit up with fireworks.
So you went to another strip club now?
Yeah, another strip club. Yeah, on the strip. Yeah, and we it's different when you go with like the family and the wife.
Oh, sure.
Because you do more of the sightseeing thing. You do the shows. But when you go with the guys,
did you do the big what's that state? The not the Space Needle,
the
but
stratosphere.
The stratosphere, yeah.
No. But you can hear people screaming
oh,
from up there.
Man, we did that. Me and my sister Peg did the one where you're up on top and then they throw you straight up in the air.
Oh yeah,
another 50 feet. I don't know what that's called, but man, that is adrenaline. I mean, all you can do is scream.
Lose your guts and shit.
Yeah, because you're already a grand up in the air, right? Like it's 1,000 feet, and then you're going up another 100 feet real quick, and it's just it's so intense.
Your sphincter puckers really fast.
Oh yeah,
like a rabbit's nose. It's
awesome. I like the thrills though.
They have another one where it just basically they got rid of. I heard they got rid of the roller coaster, and they have one that just basically you just shoot out over the side, and then you stop really fast.
Psych. Yeah.
That one I could not do because
man, have you ever seen Bert the Conqueror? Oh, that is such an awesome show. It's this comedian that goes around and tries all these thrill rides and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And he'll totally go to one area of the country that adds a lot of them. Or they'll have like an event going on. Anyway, Bert the Conqueror, total awesome show. He did this one from the stratosphere where it was sort of like a slow drop where they got you all hooked up and then you just jumped off the edge and they slowly dropped you down. He was the first one to do that one.
An arrested descent.
Exactly. Yeah. Which that looked fun.
I'd probably do that.
Yeah,
I would do that. And then they got the other one where they dangle you. It's like an octopus arm. They dangle you over the side and they twirl you around. If everybody can see this, I'm doing the octopus twirling around.
Nice.
Good radio.
They do one where they take you to the edge and then they just slap you real hard, where you get all dizzy. Yeah, and then they spin you around blindfolded.
They called it.
And they hang you upside down, and then they take the blindfold off.
They call that one, that's the Suge Knight, right? So, that's my rap reference. Speaking of guilty pleasures, also it's Vanilla Ice. It's probably one of my top.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen what was that? Was it Celebrity Rehab that he was on? What was the show where we were watching? Is it Celebrity Rehab?
No, that was the Surreal Life.
Surreal Life that he was on.
Where he came and trashed the stage?
No. This was a reality TV show that he was a part of for a little while. But they went to a karaoke bar and they actually had so everybody else was doing it. No, he got really irritated at first with it. And then, spoiler alert, he eventually gets up and does it.
And now, because he was still battling demons with that. And so
because you can't escape him.
Yeah, but it
now
was
he's accepted it.
Dude's super rich. Get over it.
Oh, yeah, well...
Yeah, because he's doing renovation in the house. And he's doing,
and he's still stuck with the music. I mean, I think he more kind of sold out with what he originally did, with more than what he's trying to do now.
Did you hear his hard rock version of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care for his music, but at least he's still doing it. It's more like
he did like
a new metal kind of
like a Limp Bizkit version of it.
Yeah.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah. It's phonetically, it's a good song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, it was what it was.
I own the acapella of it, so
it was. Really?
Well, it's easy to make acapellas, bootlegs.
Yeah.
Especially if you have just the instrumental, because then you can cancel out the music part from the speech part by playing, or not especially if you have did I say instrumental? Yeah, if you just have the instrumental track, you can use the instrumental track to cancel out the music of the original track.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually, I think you mix the two together exactly the same, and they phase each other out except for where the speech goes. So you have just the instrumental of that, or just the vocals of the acapella of the thing, or if you can get a hold of the studios, you can get a hold.
Every time I think of acapella, I think of Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then just standing out on like in a corner, singing. So that would be kind of neat to see somebody doing acapella Vanilla Ice on the street corner.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of. I love the whole doing covers in different styles, like Richard Cheese. Do you know who Richard Cheese is?
Yeah, and he, Richard
on.
Cheese, and he was on what's his name show? Because he had a show on the Voodoo at the Voodoo Lounge. Daly, what's his name? The guy from MTV.
Colbert?
Carson Daly.
Okay, cool, yeah. Huh.
Yeah,
he's on the Today Show now.
Yeah, but
Carson Daly.
Sorry. I used to watch that show. I came on late night. Carson at the Voodoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
He's still on at night.
Is he still on at night?
He's on after the late show.
So he's quietly created an empire then of himself. Kind of like what's his name? The guy does that. What's the name of it? God, see, I'm drawing blanks. What am I doing?
The Late Show? I don't know.
The what show?
That one show?
That one show with all the singers on it.
That's
the singers.
Oh, the singers.
The Boys?
Man, I am stupid today.
The Boys, American Idol.
American Idol.
Oh,
that guy.
Go.
The guy that who MCs it.
Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, Ryan Seacrest. Okay.
I can see his.
Yeah, I don't watch Idol at all. So
yeah, he's the same way. He's the same way. Yeah, this guy's hand in everything.
Yeah. Well, he's on
America's Got Talent is another one of my guilty pleasures.
He's also on the Today Show sometimes as well.
Yeah, that guy's got his hand in everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't have his hand in my pocket.
Yeah, Fred Armisen too. He's got his hand in a lot of things. He's doing Portlandia and the Seth Green show. No, not Seth. Seth Meyers. Sorry, Seth Green.
Seth Green. He's Seth Green. He's the one that got that show. He had that show that was canceled. Dads. Yeah.
Was that canceled?
It was canceled.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I kind of liked it.
I know it was like your favorite show.
No, it wasn't my favorite.
I'm just teasing.
I did like it though, especially when they're doing the pot show.
Okay, can we back up a little bit? Are we at a lull? What was your last vacation that you went on? I guess to throw the ball back at you.
Technically, when I lived overseas, that was a pretty good vacation.
Yeah.
But that was a couple years ago.
But okay, this is where you've got time off, you've got some scratch to spend, and we're doing this.
It's been a couple years. Last vacation was probably Vegas, and that was in 2010.
Oh, right
2010, 2011.
All right.
Well, it was a circuit. We drove from here to, let me see, we went from here to, I want to get this right. We went to Tahoe.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Then we went down to Disneyland.
Nice.
And then to Palm Springs.
Yeah.
So we went down to Disneyland, back up to Palm Springs, and then over to Vegas. And then home.
Right on.
Yeah, it was 5 days. It was 5 days, 7 days. 7 days.
Nice. Okay.
10 days, yeah.
Cool. And what was your favorite part?
My favorite part, I would have to say Lake Tahoe.
Nice. Oh, cool. Did you go skiing?
I snowboarded.
Nice. How was the...
It was amazing.
Yeah?
I got these kids in trouble.
Because
they got a weird thing. I never knew they had it. It's
success.
They have these things called lower mountain or lower lift passes, which is cheaper, like $20 or something like that.
Nice. From 70?
Yeah. Well, I ended up getting an all mountain pass, which is like $75, $80.
Yeah.
And then these kids, I just got on the lift. I started talking to them, and they're like 20 years old or whatever, and they're just beginning. And I was like, why are you stuck here? You guys are much better than this bunny slope. And then I talked them into going on another lift. On another lift.
Yeah, you want to look for the two diamonds.
I thought once you got past, once you got up to a certain point, they already scanned your ticket as you're getting on the lift.
Yeah.
It's like, well, to go over to this lift. Well, they scan them at every lift up there. So they got in trouble. I was like, man. I told them it was my fault. I said I didn't know. I talked them into it. Yeah, they were really cool. They said, just don't do that again.
What are you trying to do, man? Goodness.
But it was amazing. We It was Christmas Eve.
Oh, fun!
I got to ride on
nice.
Christmas Eve. Yeah,
right on.
Yeah, it was.
So,
it felt very decadent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you like to do like on snowboarding? What's your favorite thing about snowboarding?
My favorite thing about snowboarding is just going fast.
Yeah, so you like to bomb the hills and get speed.
Yeah. I don't like extreme terrain, like really steep and a lot of moguls.
Right.
Because I'm not so proficient at like jumping from between moguls, or especially steep moguls.
Right. So you like more the flat, open terrain.
Yeah, I like it once it gets to like a certain grade, at least 12%.
Okay.
A 12% grade, and then.
Are you a powder guy?
I love powder.
Okay,
I love floating down.
Yeah,
I
if
love
you're snowboarding, you gotta love powder. That's like it's made for.
I've only actually I maybe had 5 good experiences on powder. Maybe
we got to get to Utah then, man.
Yeah,
if you want some powder.
Yeah, and I've never experienced the really dry powder.
Oh, it's so awesome! You just lean back and just ride down.
Yeah,
it's so fun. And you steer with your knees. I don't know about snowboarding, but it's a lot more just it's a controlled straight descent basically.
Yeah, and that's pretty much. I think in snowboarding you steer with your torso. Yeah. So you kind of twist with your hips, and then you got your weight. You got your whatever foot's on your back foot is your pivot foot, and then you got your front foot, which is more like your directional. You kind of flip your foot left and right, and then I was on Crystal Mountain on my very first really good.
Run of powder, and I was talked. I didn't want to do it. Oh yeah, because this was at a place that is a triple black diamond, which is extreme. Oh yeah, Warren Miller's actually filmed up there. Oh cool.
Yeah. So
at Crystal.
Yeah. Huh. It's a place called Campbell. Well, it's a bowl that you actually have to trek to. You have to walk over to, and there's a drop in where you basically come off this cornice.
Wow. Huh. And so you really like the steep then, huh?
Me?
Yeah.
No, only if there's. This is. I know I didn't like it before. This is the first time I ever had the good powder where basically just I was talked into it. Oh yeah. Peer pressure.
Someone recommended, or is that where they were going to, and they just.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, basically. You're a pussy if you don't go. Yeah. So I went up there and it was like being floated down.
Oh yeah, totally. That's exactly it, man.
It was like you're falling.
You ride that little.
Yeah, that was the powder's coming up and hitting me in my face. I was giggling the whole time.
Right, nice.
And the snow starting to accumulate on the goggles.
Yeah.
And it was definitely. Cool. If I was religious, that would probably be the closest to a God experience as I could get.
Yeah. Cool. I get that feeling from skiing a lot too, and that's one of the things that really kind of tuned me into or turned me on to, I guess, is DJing, because I would get that same feeling. It's like, wow. So
it's like almost like a euphoric.
Yeah. It's kind of a rushy sort of. Whoa, that's kind of neat.
It's almost zen.
Yeah.
Very zen. Yeah. And I would say that was my favorite thing about riding. Is the second one is just. It's almost like. It's a perspective you can't really get from anywhere else. It's like you get up there and you see the world. You're up above a lot of things, and you can overlook the terrain, and that to me is the majesticness of it.
Sure, yeah. Well, it brings you in the moment too, because that's what's happening. You're not worried about laundry or whatever it is. It's got your brain going.
And I for my first few years, I never rode with music in my ears. Now I ride with music in my ears.
Dude, totally.
And it's almost it's like a drug. It is a drug.
My favorite song to ride to for the longest time, because I had a tape deck. Yeah. Back in the day.
CD player.
Yeah, but Pipeline by Anthrax did a cover of Pipeline.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. Dude, that thing. I mean, it's just, man, that was the coolest song to ride to.
Like a metal surf song.
Totally, dude. It was just like the best.
I usually try to key it up with I have a set. Or I used to have a set list. I'd have Beastie Boys.
Oh, cool.
Which one? Fight for Your Right to Party.
Nice.
Because it would start off.
Sabotage, though, would be insane, dude.
Anyway. That would be. I just love those really heavy, like a lot of drums.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really heavy. Not a lot of lyrics. I didn't really care about the lyrics. But a reason why I would
Ride the Lightning might be kind of cool, too.
Yeah. That would just.
Or anything Slayer. Just flying down the.
I started listening to Skrillex a little bit too.
Oh, dude, Skrillex, yeah. That I like Skrillex a lot. Yeah, he's not really drum and or dubstep though. He's more like glitch.
Yeah,
he's a little more slower, hip hoppy or speed.
I kind of like that.
But,
a little bit. Like
yeah,
that.
oh yeah, totally. Well,
that heavy bass cannon.
Sure, yeah. There's a genre called metal step.
Metal step?
Yeah, if you're into that, which I mean, just as a DJ, I follow.
Is that kind of like what Korn fell into for a little bit?
That's new metal.
Okay.
And new metal like Static X, and which I kind of got into those guys a little bit, but metal step is like dubstep with really heavy guitar in it.
Okay.
So it's like got all the bassy kind of quirkiness. Okay. It's still that off. Anything step seems nowadays is more like dubstep, like an offshoot of dubstep with other things put in it. But what they do is with the snare, they cut it in half.
Okay.
So if the snare is hitting on a 3 and a 4, now it's just hitting on the 4.
Okay.
So listen to the snare. It gives you an idea whether it's step or not.
Metal step?
Metal step, okay. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, if you like Skrillex, but like Skrillex often gets confused with dubstep, which is not the same thing.
No.
But it has a lot of the same sounds, a lot of the same machines that are used to create those growly, synthy sounds, which are awesome.
And Skrillex is more like it's like a ravey type.
Kind of, yeah. Well, certainly techno. If there's a blanket, electronic music is techno thing for sure. He's more techno than rock. No, don't get me wrong. I like Skrillex. He's just kind of one of those anomalies that has sort of went over the pop culture gap of electronic music.
Well, we're gonna have to go writing now.
Totally, man. Yeah, that'd be great.
I just have to.
You know what we could do?
One thing. Well, hold on. One thing that's keeping me from going up, has kept me from going up, is I have an L&I thing going on with my neck, so I have to be very careful about what I can't do.
Yeah.
So once that gets cleared up, because I went up with a hurt shoulder. I've gone up. Yeah. I've gone up with a dislocated ankle.
I usually get hurt more coming down or coming back from the ski trips than going to them, though. Yeah. I've gotten my fair share of injuries, whether it's a thumb or a rib or
I've separated an ankle.
Oh yeah.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
It looked like I stepped in, like I soaked my foot in Kool-Aid, purple Kool-Aid.
Dude, I thought I was gonna die a little too many times skiing before, especially on like Seventh Heaven for Stevens on that cliff face there. There's this one part where I was in a tree. You know how that trees hold snow. The tree well, exactly, is getting sucked right in, and my skis were going down and everything.
There's nothing.
It was
like
just
quicksand.
like yeah. I don't know what
you don't know
saved
how tall
me, but
you don't know how tall that tree is.
No.
I did the same thing at Snoqualmie Pass of all places.
Isn't that the worst?
I was like, I was riding on this trail, and I thought it was like a treetop.
Yeah.
I was like, boom, it just started
sinking
down, and then I was like, I started packing the snow down around me, so I started pushing it down. Yeah. What saved me was my board was basically it was parallel to the tree, so it packed down underneath me.
Caught something.
I think I was on branches, and then also the snow packed down. But I was up to my eyebrows in snow.
Yeah.
And it was coming down around me. I had to pack in, and I had to reach down, unbuckle myself. The ski patrol was coming for me and everything.
Nice.
My buddy got freaked out.
Yeah. Well, and that's the harsh thing is sometimes they're not around, and you could be out there nowhere.
Yeah, a lot of people die from that.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things that kill skiers is tree.
Yeah. In fact, they should have like an awareness sort of video that you watch for skiing. Like
things
if you're doing this,
things to do because sometimes they go in head first, and there's nothing you can do. You basically suffocate.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was dark.
All right. No, I don't mean to. Okay, we're getting into the 108, area of anything. Well, I guess there were some other kind of general subjects that we didn't get to.
But all things we don't. It's good to have them on there in case we got to them, but we can save them for later.
Right. So some subjects that could be coming up in the future. Losing stuff. How that sucks. Doesn't that suck when you lose something?
Or misplace
like your sanity? No. Okay, then the pot legalization. So if you guys think that's a subject that you'd like for us to cover, I don't know, chime in. And then how traffic tickets may not be as legitimate as they seeing, how it could be a big racket. I don't know. I've kind of touched on a few documentaries that have sort of opened my eyes to the...
It's revenue building.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
That's why you see more cops at the first of the month than at the end of the month.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Well, at any rate, some more kind of hard, cold evidence.
So, really quick, before we go, how close are we to having a website? I want people to start looking for it if it's close.
I don't know. I guess we just need some money.
Okay. All right, everybody donate.
Donate money to whatever.
Help Scott and Peg.
Yeah. Actually, we could... why don't we say this? Something soon along those lines could be... like I could start a Zazzle store or a Cafe Press sort of thing, and at least people can, get something with a logo on there for it. Sure.
Yeah.
So why don't we say that we'll just have a website and a store, something of that nature, by the end of this month?
Oh, that would be amazing.
If you want to put it out there. I've been looking into a few... I mean, it's not going to be too hard to get going. It's just a matter of how much we want to pay,
Right. How much we want, because you have to pay for an administrator. Is that what it is?
You just have to pay a monthly fee to get them to... Because the avenues that I want to take... I've done websites in the past that have gotten hacked and hijacked.
Oh, right.
So doing WordPress-y sort of stuff is not... I'm not savvy enough to keep up on that sort of thing. So what I'd like to do is just go through the internet services like Squarespace or Weebly, or one that you create your page all there on the net, and it's very secure.
And they basically
host it
on their servers.
Yeah, it's just that it costs a little more a month is all. So, I'll put it out. I'll give myself a goal and a timeline and something to kind of hold to my word and say by the end of this month. By the end of this month, at least a website. Okay. How's that? So then, then we'll have an avenue for you to go through to
find us easier.
And I don't know if... Well, I guess we could probably have like a comments section and a blog section.
We could definitely set up... that would have like what they call a chat, like a message board.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. And don't forget, you can also, get in touch with us SoundCloud. You could pop a little message into the comments section there. We're on YouTube. You know all this.
Yeah.
I guess if you're just tuning in for the first time, we are on SoundCloud. It's From the Coffee Shop Podcast. And
share with
iTunes.
Your friends. That's how we'll grow. Share.
YouTube. And
Facebook.
Soon-to-be.com.
Yeah, soon to be.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Peg, we missed you.
Oh, she wasn't here. That's right.
Yeah, we hope everything's going well. Peggy, unfortunately, had to be out of town today, so we can let her fill us in with what she's doing. So
extrapolate later.
Yeah. So
I don't even know the meaning of that word. I don't know
extrapolate.
Why I said it.
To
explain. We'll explain later.
Yeah. To explain something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next week. Huzzah.
Huzzah.